It was a great basketball game. It's what you hope for when you come to Cleveland. I thought Central was terrific today, and I was really proud of the way that, we talked about Central going on a run at some point, and they did, and I was really proud of the way that our kids stuck together and finished the game, and these two had a lot to do with it. So I'll let you talk to them.
Questions? Back left.
Andrew Bowie, WBB Bailey. You guys had that long drive in the fourth quarter. Then you step up, make that three. That really changed the game. Just what's going through your head in that moment as you let that shot go?
Just trying to get the momentum back on our side. Any basket, really. It just so happened to be mine. But just trying to, see the ball go through the net and hopefully change that momentum to where, we get more aggressive and have more energy.
And then Asia, for you, obviously, you guys had that long drive, but you were able to pull it out. What does it say about this basketball team for you guys to be able to play those final couple minutes and get this win?
I think it just shows you how tough we are. I mean, how we will stick together through whatever. I mean, you see we were down 2, down 3, or up 2, up 3, and it just shows you how, we can really come together in those tough moments, and I think that it really showed out here on the court tonight, today.
Front right.
One mark on the post. Bailey, you set a strong foundation by scoring 11 points in the first quarter. How did that set the momentum going forward in the rest of the game?
Just like that, just energy. Seeing the ball go through the basket, it's just a momentum changer. I think it allowed other girls to get to the rim and score the way they want to score. But I was really proud of how we played today, and we did really well.
Questions, student athletes? Front right.
You guys have struggled recently in closing out close games. What did it mean to get this win today?
Everything. I mean, we're moving on. I mean, that's all we can say. I mean, it's good to just, go out here and actually get that win tonight, and I think that we're just going to keep on pushing forward from there.
You guys have, you're going to get a chance at Miami again. You just beat them by 15 points last week. Just what's the confidence level of this team going into a game on Friday morning against the number 1 seed?
Anyone want to take that?
Yeah, I'll do it. Miami's a good team. They're up at the top for a reason. We just can't let, our win against them a couple days ago affect how we come out and play. We need to come out and play aggressive and strong and together and just play how we know how to play, really.
No, I think she said it.
No, you're not.
Any more questions, student athletes?
Thanks for reminding me. Are you saying I'm old?
No.
It's awesome. I've had an opportunity to be here, and I've enjoyed every opportunity that I've had. And probably one of the things that pains me as a coach is the kids that I didn't get to bring here, because it's a unique environment, and it's such a fun place to be, and they do such a good job of putting this tournament on. You watch some of those other conference tournaments, and nothing is like our conference tournament when all 8 teams are here, and from the way the hotels are set up to the games and just the vibe in the city. It's something that our staff talks about, providing that opportunity for every athlete that we ever coach. And it makes me sad when I think about the kids that didn't get to be a part of this, because it's what it is. They're good teams, and you get to play, and you get to play other good teams, and it's fun to play good teams. Fortunate that it went our way, but I wouldn't say it any other way if we would have lost this game. This is what it's about, of being a student athlete and coaching at Ohio University.
And in that fourth quarter, and you guys are in that drought, just what are you saying to the team when they're struggling to score and trying to keep their energy up as you guys get on the stretch?
Just that. Just the same thing that these guys said, right? Keep your energy up, stick together, work together. We're a motion-type team, trust in what we do. And I think these guys, I think number one, they trust in what we do, but I think even more importantly is they care a heck of a lot about each other. And it's easier to do your job when you care about the people you're playing with. And I think that's what makes them so special.
You decided to start Monica Williams today for the first time this season. What went into that decision?
Monica started the last time we played up here, coincidentally. But I thought she was the right person for the job. And I thought she did a great job of getting us in stuff. And she did a good job of taking care of the ball, and she was aggressive when she was supposed to be aggressive, and she got people involved, and she's obviously very good defensively. She always has been, and she was active, and I thought she did a good job. It's hard to talk about good defense when you give up 88 points, but they're good. I mean, they put a lot of pressure on you to try to guard them, and we guarded them just well enough. I have to set an alarm because I won't be awake. But no, it's the same. You know what I mean? When you get to this point of the season, it is your life. I was joking with a friend of mine. Like the days of the week are irrelevant. Like it's you either have a game or you have practice or you're off. Like it doesn't matter if it's Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Tuesday. You don't care. Like it's either game day or it's not game day. And for these guys, it's just what time does the game start? What time is pregame meal? We probably won't have a shoot around before a 10 a.m. game, but we'll eat our pregame meal and we'll go through our regular. And by the time that game starts, sure, some people will just be waking up, but our kids will be ready to compete, and this environment will add to that.
What time would your pregame meal be?
7. Yep, we're eating at 7, and we're fortunate enough to be able to eat in the hotel. We'll come down and eat. We'll stretch. Actually, stretch at 6:30. We'll eat at 7, and then we'll head to the gym around 8:30.
Back middle.
Trey Kennedy with the Buccaneers Sports Network. The 30's been one of the strengths for you and your team this season, but especially today against Central Michigan. What made it so effective?
Bailey got us started, right? She made some shots, and as she said, like that kind of opened things up for other people. And then when people got their chance, they shot it. We've shared the ball well all year. We had 20 assists tonight. The ball moved, it found the open person, and they shot it with confidence. And that confidence is a byproduct of practice. We shoot the ball a lot. Some days that's all we do in practice, as you can tell by our defense. We just shoot. And so I think the shooting the first 3 quarters I thought was good. I thought the shooting down the stretch was really impressive considering the drought that the whole arena knew about. You know what I mean? It was no secret that we'd missed 4, 5, 8 threes in a row, 9 threes in a row maybe. But the confidence and the toughness to be able to step up and make that next one is huge.
Front right.
You guys had 21 fouls today. Moving forward, do you plan on changing the aggression?
No, she's just that hard to guard. They rebound. They're the best rebounding team in the league, and then when you give up offensive rebounds, you're in a bad defensive position. So we have to do a better job of rebounding. It won't be any easier on Friday, but we kind of knew that was our challenge coming in. And again, I don't know that we handled it great, but we scored enough points to win, so we'll take it.
We started out just giving up way too many baskets in the first quarter. We felt like our defense got away from us to start the game. As the game got going, we did do a better job of locking in on the defensive end. But credit Ohio as well for knocking down shots. They knocked down some tough shots with hands in their faces as well. But we can't start out MAC tournament in the hole like that. Them scoring 27 points in the first quarter is way too many points. So we scored enough to win the game, but just disappointing in our defensive effort in the first half.
Questions for student athletes?
David, CM Life. You got into foul trouble early there. How did that kind of affect the way that you approach the game moving forward?
I just knew I had to play more, I wouldn't say timid, but I just had to lay off of extra pressures and just not be as productive as I could be on the defensive end.
And do you think that did impact the team overall on
Yes,
defense?
I do. Definitely in the first quarter for sure.
Yeah. Front
Taylor
left.
Burke from CM Life. I thought you had a lot of extra effort plays tonight and just left it all out on the floor. What does this team mean to you in your time at Central Michigan?
This team means a lot to me. We definitely started from the trenches when I first got here, and obviously we got better over time, and we got to Cleveland last year, fell short, and then fell short again. So it's sad, but I hope this is a lesson for our underclassmen for next year. So.
As you leave the program, as Brooke said, what can you say about where you think this program is headed in the future?
They're headed in a great direction. We have a great coaching staff. Definitely gonna have to, adjust to everybody being new. We have 2 seniors leaving, and then How many players do we have?
Yeah,
Yeah, we just have
11 players.
yeah. So we're just gonna see growth. Obviously, we only continue to get better over the next few years. So
They play a unique style, 5 out. And so we have our bigs guarding out on the perimeter, working on switching and curling and staying on their player and defending the perimeter off the bounce. And so, they just play a different style than what we see. So, I mean, he's a great coach. It's a great offense because in practice and in games you don't really play against that style, So I just think some of that is communication. We had a few days to prep for them. We played them already once, and, we know what they wanted to do. But sometimes, during the game, being tired, being fatigued, and you kind of lose your mind sometimes, and you're not staying on task, what the task is at hand. So they get you spinning around, running in circles with their flares and staggers, and so it confuses defenses. And so we let some three-point shots get away from us. But also just our fast break points. Our transition defense, they had 25 fast break points, and when we score, we got to sprint back. It's not time to rest. So they did a great job pushing the ball, and that's where, we lost the game was transition defense and then, giving up too many threes in the court-to-court.
Coach Trey Kennedy, the Buccaneers Sports Network, down 11 in the middle of the second quarter. How did you guys maintain your guys' presence as a team, not leading, have that, deficit get you guys' head and maintain that comeback?
Yeah, we talk about just chipping away. We're not going to get it all in one possession, and it starts with defense and getting stops. They shot a really good percentage in the first quarter, and like I said, some of it was them, some of it was us, and so just locking in on the details and chipping away. Our goal was to be down 5 at the half, and we got it down to 4. So that just shows the mental toughness of this team and, just the heart of not giving up. And so we did a good job fighting back and bouncing back, but not good enough to win.
Was a huge problem today. 33 points, went I think 12 for 19 from the floor. Just what made her so hard to shut down?
Yeah, she's a great player. When you can score off the bounce and make threes, she hit a shot to send into overtime on our home court the first time we played them. So, she was a target for us. She's an all-conference player. She's a great player. Even when you have defenders on her, she still gets her shot off and makes shots. So, just credit her. I mean, just her efficiency and, her passion for the game. She's definitely hard to guard, and, she led them today for the victory.
Coach, specifically towards the end, especially with tabling shot, you guys locked him up on defense a lot of that fourth quarter, but it kind of all fell apart at the end. What did they change? How did you guys kind of lose the momentum there at the end?
Yeah, I mean, we won every quarter except the first, so we dug ourselves in a little bit of a hole. But, with them switching their defenses up, man and zone, and even in their man, they switch every screen. And so it just makes teams a little passive and a little tentative. So there are some times down the stretch where, it's nerve-wracking. We have 2 freshman point guards. We have underclassmen, and it's like, who's going to take the shot, And so we were just kind of playing a little passive instead of just sticking to the offense and what got us, the lead. So we just, like I said, there's going to be lessons during this game that we'll watch next year, and we hopefully, not have the same mistakes. We just can't be passive when they change their defenses up and just continue to play together. We felt like, we had way too many turnovers, and that's been our Achilles heel this year. So they got some easy buckets off that as well.
Coach, looking back at the season, how huge of an impact has Maddie Morrison played? MAC Player of the Year, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks today. How big of a player has she been for you guys' team?
Yeah, she's great. Special talent for sure. You can't teach some of the things she does. She has a quick first step. She can elevate over the defense. And it's just been incredible to watch her and her consistency throughout the year. She really worked hard this offseason on her shot, and she was super efficient all year. She almost – in basketball, you talk about being 50, 40, 90, 50% from the field, 40% from the 3, and 90% from the free throw line. And that's incredible. And not a lot of players, even in the pros, can do that. And she almost had that, So it just goes to show her work ethic, that she put in the offseason and being able to get her shot off or when they're pressuring her, being able to attack and finish. You know, she does a good job with changing her speed and shot faking and getting the defense off their feet. So, you know, she's going to continue to get better.
Questions for Coach? Yep,
Coach, despite the loss, you know, 2 back-to-back losses in the first round, what do you take from this season, you know, as a whole, just overall?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. You know, last year we were young. This year we, you know, are young, and next year we won't be young. Like we can't. We got to get to Cleveland and we got to win some games. You know, so it's just. I think the prep of it too. You know, going in with practices, it starts in practice. You know, we can't. Sometimes you start out flat in practice, and it happened in the game. You know, so just taking those lessons and you know, and not continuing to do it in the next year. You know, the same sour taste we had last year, we have it this year again. And we got to figure that out. And, you know, I think, you know, with growth, a lot of our players have played a lot of minutes at such a young age. So our experience, you know, the experience matters. You see a lot of teams with a lot of experience that win games, that win in March. So, you know, we'll be better next year.